Cydne Kimbeough.
Okay, and how long have you been in this community?
I've actually been in this community for over 20 years now.
For over 20 years? Okay, and with this event that you're doing, we did speak to the director, and you're actually on the board. Can you explain how that works?
Actually, I'm the chair of the board of directors, and basically what we are, I'm pretty sure he told you earlier, we are a nonprofit organization that basically does empowerment for African American GLBT communities, and making sure people understand that there's a lot more than just a party, that we have a lot of dynamics that go on here. As you saw tonight, there's jazz, there's fashion, there's art, and a lot of times we were saying earlier is that most people get caught up in the stigma attached to it. They are afraid to come out and to see what we are about because of what they may have heard or what their friends may have said. Actually, there are a lot of allies who actually come out here, people who may not be of the GLBT community, but they come out to support anyway.
Okay, and what are you hoping to do, or what are you hoping that happens in the community with all of this going on?
I'm really hoping that this can be a catalyst to help the African American community at large to see that there are a lot of things that we all are facing, regardless of orientation, regardless of gender identity or expression, that there are things that we're facing as people of color. And there's a larger agenda. This is the small stuff. We often get sidetracked for who's sleeping with whom or who's loving whom, and that's really not the real issue. The real issue is that we're all affected by the economic changes, the social changes, the political changes that affect our community, and that's what we need to really be focusing on.
And where can you personally reach? If somebody wants to join the board, or somebody wants to be a part of the board, where can that happen?
They can actually reach me two ways. You can reach the website, the BMoreBlackPride.org, www.BMoreBlackPride.org, or they can email me directly at chair@BMoreBlackPride.org.
Okay, and let me ask you, I do have to ask you, what are your thoughts about gay marriage?
I actually think gay marriage is good, but for this community, I don't think this is a top issue for us. I think it's a great thing for those people who aspire to it, but for communities of color, gay marriage is not something that's on the top of the agenda. There are so many other things. Again, there are economic factors. There's still HIV while it's become a maintenance disease, it's not completely gone away yet. There's diabetes, there's cardiovascular disease, there's cancer. We have a lot of other things, and quite frankly, historically, people of color have cohabitated forever. So we're going to do what we're going to do. It's not a matter of having someone to sanction it. I think it would be great, and I think that as far as a civil right is concerned, it is a civil right. Everyone should be recognized in the same way that another person is recognized. It should be, a universal thing for us to have. But for communities of color, it's really not something that it's a top of the agenda. I don't think it's probably a tertiary issue at that.
Okay, and so what do you think is the number one issue in Baltimore? Because let me tell you, on Shan TV, we're going to go into the issues. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's controversial. I don't care if it's an issue. I want to go into the community and say, hey, this is what the people in the community say. Not what voting people say, not what 5 out of 4 people say, or 10 out of 20. This is what the people in the community are saying is wrong. So let's get into it. And even if I can't fix it myself, I'm not the superhero. I'm not the president. But what I can do is bring awareness to the issue. And let's go and attack it. Let's go and make a change. So what do you think is one of the biggest issues?
I think the biggest issue in Baltimore City at this time is economic factors. I think that there is an issue as far as employment here, and that clearly impacts the economic system here. I think African Americans in Baltimore are really suffering because they don't have enough opportunity of jobs and things here. We see a lot of things, a lot of industry comes here, we have a lot of building, a lot of development here, but it's not actually reaching those communities, the inner parts of East and West Baltimore and South Baltimore and North Baltimore. It's not reaching the places it really should reach. So I think when you talk about those types, economics is something that's really, really important to the communities of color. That is what we really need to focus on.
Well, I do want to thank you for coming to the interview, actually giving us a chance to see, and actually being able to come back and say, I saw you here, I saw you there. I do appreciate you speaking out, because there's a lot of times that people do not speak out, and if you cannot speak out, if you do not have a voice, then you do not speak out. It's just the bottom line. I can sit up here and be quiet and say, oh, I hate this and hate this, you know what I mean, and walk around and not be a problem. As you see, I have no problem with speaking out, and I appreciate you letting your voice be heard in our community and, everywhere. So people can, say, oh, hey, it's not like this, you know what I mean? So they can actually, we can all come together as a community, we can all join as one to actually make a difference. I do want to thank you.
I thank you very much for inviting me. As the last one closing note, I'd like to have people to let them know they can come out to be with us. I think that as long as people stop getting to the pack of actually being separated or causing some kind of discrimination based on stigma, come out and see what this community is about. There's so many great things, and you don't have to be a member of the community to be a part of the community. So definitely come out. And again, I thank you for coming out.
I really do appreciate you. And I will want to say that you can reach me at Shan at shantelevision.com.
Runaway Slaves Production.